Parliament altered its scheduled program for the Minister of Finance to deliver a speech on COVID-19 expenditure first before answering questions. He finally took the podium to deliver a 15-page statement.
Mr. Speaker, it must be noted that the status of utilization of the funds to finance the COVID-19 measures excludes funds of the National COVID-19 Trust Fund and the Ghana Private Sector COVID-19 Fund. Mr. Speaker, for the year 2020 and 2021, the program expenditure amounted to 15.763 million for the COVID-19 related expenditure, out of which the actual utilization was 12.036 million. In 2020, a total amount of 11.162 million, this includes a cap, was programmed for COVID-19 related expenditure, out of a total of 8.12 billion was utilized. The amount was utilized to provide support to households, supply equipment, and provide relief to health workers, health infrastructure, security operations, evacuations, quarantine and coordination, economic relief, stabilization and revitalization, and COVID-19 complementary releases.
The Speaker allowed members to comment on the statement. First was the ranking member on Finance Committee, Dr. Kislato Forson, who had concerns for a difference in the sums accounted for.
If you've mobilized 19 billion and you've spent 12 billion, at least give us an indication. You received IMF 1 billion. You are telling us that you raised a bond of 10 billion. You're also telling us that you had some sources from World Bank. You've given us the numbers, but you have spent 12 billion. Give us an idea where the rest of the money is. The bond that you received, the IMF money that you received, where is the rest of that money? So, Speaker, I think it's a legitimate question. It is a legitimate question, and that is my second point. So, Speaker, Mr. Speaker, so the difference here that I'm seeing is 7.3 billion Ghana cedis unaccounted for, and I want to find out where is that money.
The Minority Leader Harry Naidusu called for a bipartisan committee to further probe the issue.
When you come to expenditure on COVID-19, status update on COVID-19 expenditure, page 6, he accounts for 12 billion. Then the president accounts for 17.7 billion. So the House of people will say, couldn't Ayabachi? Couldn't to which, where is the missing money? 17.7 billion against 12 billion, against 19 billion, against 12 billion. Where is the money?
The Majority Leader rather called for the referral of the matter to the already established committees of the House.
These expenditures fall under the various subject matter committees. In particular, health, finance. COVID expenditures were incurred by Parliament. COVID expenditures were incurred by the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, and Finance. Mr. Speaker, so liberated to work and do their work. And when they have finished, they will submit their report. So they are covered. The subject matter committees that have the responsibility of tracing and tracking these expenditures. And if there are subject matter committees that can have responsibility, why can't we set up an ad hoc committee? Mr. Speaker, as far as I'm concerned, it has no basis.
The Speaker, having listened to the debate, referred the matter to a joint committee on finance and health.
By those who believe that we have already existing committees that can carry out this function. I believe from the comments that there are still a lot of gaps that we need to throw light on. When you read Article 175, it says, the public funds of Ghana shall be the consolidated fund, the contingency fund, and such other public funds as may be established by or under the authority of an act of Parliament. Now, the fund in question falls under the ambit of Article 175 and therefore qualifies to be referred to as public fund. Was it paid into the consolidated fund, or it was being utilized by the trust? In that case, if it was not paid into a consolidated fund, it will not be possible for the Ministry of Finance to account for that, which meant that the trust will have to account for the utilization of that fund. This means that there's still the need for further investigation and inquiry in this matter.
Several days in waiting, the Minister for Finance appeared in Parliament to give an account of COVID expenditure as well as to answer some critical questions that have been standing in the names of members of Parliament for quite a while. The Health and Finance Committees have been given the mandate to further probe the numbers, the figures that were submitted to the House by the Minister for Finance. They have a deadline of October to meet. Reporting for City News from Parliament House, my name is Strickman Sopoko.